Tim, thanks for joining us. I've got a fairly extensive injury list here that I wanted to talk through with you. Some of the guys I know have been out since the start of the season. Some are making their way back to training. Let's start with the guys that have just been in the training pitch this week. First of all, Jamie Stevenson, he seems to be back running this week.
Yeah, he's doing some straight line running in the small, and this afternoon did some multi-directional stuff as well. So we're hoping for him to be back in the new year. His rehab's gone fantastically well under Griff and Emily. So yeah, we're hoping for the new year.
Was a knee injury for Jamie?
Yeah, knee injury. Weirdly, it was the other knee to what happened last year, but it wasn't as serious as last year. So just a quicker turnaround.
Josh Thomas Brown, he had a neck injury picked up at the start of the season. He's now back in light training?
Yeah, he's back in non-contact training, although with Josh it's a bit of contact always. But yeah, he's back in. He's been back in all this week. So again, his rehab's been going really well. So we're trying to get his strength back up again, because obviously he's been off completely really for a couple of months. But he's coming back into it now. So again, fingers crossed early in the new year for Josh.
Mike Donegan picked up a hamstring injury up at Bristol earlier in the season. He's now back?
Yeah, weird injury, that one. Relatively minor injury on first glance, and then it kind of had a few complications along the way. So yeah, he's back into running, and he's taken part in training a couple of times this week. Again, we're playing that by ear, but again, back into training, should be available for selection in the next couple of games. So.
It was a bit of a blow last week. Adam Buchanan, he looked as though he was approaching fitness again, but then he injured his ankle. Yeah,
it was the worst case scenario really. He's been working unbelievably hard again with Griff and his team to get back fit. First training session back, it was line outs. He just came down, rolled his ankle, and we're looking at another sort of 4 to 6 weeks again to rehab that. So yeah, really disappointed for Adam. He's been working really hard, but measure of a guy is how he responds, and again Adam's responded really well, and I'm sure he's going to be back before we know it.
And Chevy Pennycook's back in training this week as well. He had a wrist injury. Yeah,
he fractured his wrist against Bristol. You wouldn't know. He came off, and we didn't even realise until about 3 days later. But that's Chevy for you. But yeah, he's back in training today, and he's already been knocking people about. So yeah, it's great to have Chevy back, and he's been missed on the pitch. So it's be fantastic to have him back in the next couple of weeks.
Stuart Maguire's had a niggling neck injury.
Yeah, we're still looking into it, doing some investigations and some scans and the like. It's something that could have been kind of triggered earlier on in the season, so we're still investigating that. And when we know exactly what's going on, we'll have a better time frame for it.
And Jim Thompson?
Yeah, Jim the same. He's working really hard on his rehab, and we'll know more about him in the new year as well.
Eric Claessens, he's been unlucky with injury the past few years. What's the state of play with Eri?
With Eri, again, he's worked unbelievably hard since joining the club to get himself fit. That Cornish game, he went down and hurt his ankle. We're rehabbing him. We're pretty happy with where the ankle is now. We're just looking at a few things on his knee to get those sorted before he comes back. There's no point rushing a player like Eri back in. We want to make sure he's firing on all cylinders before he's back on the pitch. So again, we'll know a little bit more about him in the coming weeks, but yeah, we're all working around the clock to make sure he's back on the pitch.
And Ross Donegan, I forgot to mention him as well. Ross has been out for a period of time as well.
Yeah, Ross again, who's been straight line running and did some more directional stuff with Griff today, so he's someone we'll be looking to get back as soon as we can. Again, disappointing for him to be out in his debut season for London Scottish, but he's been working hard, and fingers crossed he'll be back before too long.
And we haven't seen Ollie Grove at all this season either.
No, Ollie's he suffers from Crohn's disease. He had a bit of a flare-up, so we're doing the right things this season to get him right. It's unlikely we're going to see much of him on the pitch unless we make it through to the latter stages of the competition. But no, we're aiming for pre-season for Gravesy to be back. But I see him regularly. We're talking on the phone a lot to make sure we're all on track. And it's just about working with him and his doctors to make sure that we can finally put this to bed, which has been an issue that's been obviously bothering him for a couple of seasons. So once he's back and at the club and training and stuff, and we'll see the Ollie Grove of old back in. So we're excited about that.
It's been a busy time for you and your backroom staff this season.
Yeah, it has been. It's been turbulent as well. Obviously, Jenny's kicked us off in pre-season. Then she went off to join Simon and England Sevens. So Griff Parsons has come in, and he's brought a huge amount of new ideas with him, and a new focus for the department, and he's been fantastic. So yeah, we're making huge progress as a department and as an infrastructure, and Griff, he's got to take a lot of the credit for that. So yeah, it's been fantastic.
Thanks for joining us.
Cheers.